Hi guys! Today's episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose. I am your host, Nacho Mama. Some people call me Crystal, some people call me Criddle. Either way, Nacho Mama is a personality, not a person. I have been instructed to do the zodiac signs in their modalities, so I'm doing the cardinal signs first. What does it mean to be a cardinal sign? What is a cardinal sign? We have each one of the elements that are separated into three groups. You have your cardinal signs, your fixed signs, and your mutable signs. The cardinal signs are the changing of the seasons. It's the beginning of the change. Cardinal signs are go-getters. The fixed signs are right smack dab in the middle of the season. They are the doers. The mutable signs are at the end of the season. So they are changeable, adaptable. They're used to change. They adapt quickly. They are great. They have great resourcefulness. And each one of the signs has its elements. So we have Aries, which is fire, a fire go-getter, a fire cardinal sign. Cancer is a water go-getter. That's an emotional cardinal sign. Libra is an air sign. That's the new ideas, thoughts. Capricorn are the earth sign, so they are tangible, always on a project, always on a go. So a cardinal sign is the change of the seasons. It's the inevitable change. So we are going to do the cardinal sign of Cancer. What can we tell the cardinal sign of Cancer, universe? Please use me as a conduit to deliver the best possible message for Cancer and what they need to know right now for their highest good. What can we tell the cardinal sign of Cancer, universe? Before we get started, I am going to clear my thoughts, clear the air. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets their wings. Clear my thoughts, clear the air, clear the air, clear my thoughts. What can we tell the cardinal sign of Cancer, universe? What can we tell the cardinal sign of Cancer? I will be pulling from the Everyday Witches deck, the Everyday Witches Tarot, the Mythic Tarot, and the Rebel deck. Maybe the Osha's in the Nightmare Before Christmas. Maybe just some regular playing cards. We'll see. You can hear my co-host in the background. That is Pixie. Yesterday was his birthday. My co-host Pixie is a Turkish van kitty. He's one of the kitties allowed on the ark, according to legend. But what can we tell Cancer today, universe? What can we tell Cancer? Just Cancer, cardinal sign. What does the cardinal sign of Cancer need to know right now? The emotional go-getter. What do we got? Eight of Swords with the Magician. What else can we put on the Eight of Swords and the Magician? For the go-getter of emotions, the cardinal water sign of Cancer. Strength. If you have a yes or no question in your head, I would say yes. If you are looking for a confirmation of are you going in the right direction, I would definitely say yes, that you have your mind and your heart and your passion all aligned with your experience and the strength and the know-how, that you aren't letting any indecisiveness, you are not being bound by the weight of your own mind. You aren't being controlled by, well, what if I go this way? 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 You are not so much caring of other people's opinions. You aren't, you definitely have the strength to put all of your ideas into action. What else can we tell the go-getter cardinal sign of Cancer universe? Page of Wands with the Ten of Wands in reverse. And the Three of Swords. So you're not being burdened by anybody else's messages. Kitty. Kitty. You're not being burdened by anybody else's messages. You're not letting any sort of indecision or immature thought processes keep you bound in your head. You are letting go of the burden of finding of where you want to put your passion with your heart and your strengths. Page of Wands. Some sort of burdensome information from somebody close to you that has you all up in your head, but you're letting go of the burden of whatever this information was that was presented to you that's had you all up in your head, because that's in the past. And the present right now, you are formulating all of your alchemist tools, like all of your earth, air, fire, water, all directed in one spot, letting go of the burden of whatever this information was that was told to you. Yeah, getting over some heavy emotional heartbreak and turmoil with the Strength card in front of you. You're going to have the strength to hurdle over these burdens of heartache by whatever information was delved to you in the past that made you feel like you had all of your, made you feel out of control and made you feel like you had no direction, no magic per se. It's coming out of not feeling that you have a lack of any sort. Having the strength to get over some sort of separation, and the wisdom and the know-how to understand why, to see where all the dots connect, the strength and the understanding and the magic to know how all the dots connect. Some of you are definitely dropping the burden of quarreling with somebody younger. If there's been some sort of fight with your child that's got you all up in your head, made you feel out of control, you're definitely finding the strength and the know-how and the wisdom to apply whatever lessons that this brought to your situation. What does the cardinal sign of Cancer not see regarding their past situation? Regarding this Page of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Either what does the Cancer see clearly from this situation, or what's not seen. It's either seen or not seen about whatever lesson you have to stand on through this situation with this younger person. Queen of Pentacles. Somebody might be trying to undermine your authority and has made you feel like the bad person for standing your ground. Somebody younger than you. I definitely feel like a child, or maybe somebody that's in your care that's made you feel like you were the bad guy, that you were out of control for establishing some sort of authority. Yeah, the Queen of Cups over the top of the Magician and the Ten of Wands. That is learning to stand in your power. That's learning to balance. That's a mother role for sure. That's somebody that loves a mother role. I feel like somebody is being burdened, or there's a lot of burdens concerning a child. A troubled child, or somebody that's just going through getting into their teen years. And they might be all out of whack and in turmoil inside of themselves and their emotions. And it's making you feel like you're all out of whack, out of yourself and in your emotions. So you need to be the nurturing mother. Like, do you remember being a teenager? Do you remember what it was like to be a teenager? Do you remember what it was like to all of a sudden hate your parents out of nowhere for no fucking reason? You know what I mean? One time I told my son was young, he was like 8 years old, and he was like, "Mom, I love you so much." And I was like, "Son, there's going to be a day that you're just going to hate me out of nowhere. You know, for no reason, you're just going to hate me." And he's like, "Mom, I'll never hate you." I had him look himself in the mirror and tell himself that he was never going to hate me. And although I knew that it was going to happen as a teenager and that was just part of the process, I thought that my understanding of it would hurt a little less. But it definitely didn't make it hurt any less. And I feel like some of you might be going through that situation where you have a child that is prepubescent, or just entering the stages of teenager, or maybe full rage teenager, and some of you guys are having a hard time dealing with being the stern Queen of Swords, or the stern Queen of Pentacles, in the mix of the Queen of Cups of emotion. So where to add compassion and emotion, and where to be stern in your boundaries with somebody younger. Yep, and walking away from the heartache, the strength to walk away. Sometimes it's best not to say anything at all in the midst of being angry, especially to our children. Or maybe our child has said something to us in the midst of them being angry that we are just over and over again in our head with. But the universe is saying to have the strength to walk away from whatever immature, adolescent energy it is that you are all up in your head about, that you've been carrying the burden of. And to remain balanced and in your nurturing self. Don't turn into the Queen of Swords in reverse, man. It's definitely calling for you to have a emotional intelligence over this situation, to be nurturing and emotionally intelligent, and the strength to stay away from letting the pain of whatever this is keep you trapped. What do we have from the Rebel deck for the cardinal sign of Cancer, universe? I really do feel like that some of you guys are a mother dealing with a child who is going through some sort of emotional problems and aren't sure how to deal with it. Just remember that it's a phase. And this too shall pass, just like everything else. So some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. So, when you were a teenager, what do you wish your mom would have done for you? Or what do you wish that your guardian would have done for you? What do you wish that somebody would have told you in the midst of all of this chaotic confusion of being a teenager to begin with? Get over yourself. Pull your shit together. Help people, give back, and do good shit for humanity. What can we get from the Mythic Tarot deck, universe? Let's throw a vintage mythic on this situation. I feel like, yes, you are right to be in your place of belief. I feel like you are right in the situation and whatever it is that you're trying to portray with this younger person here. But you might want to change how you go about doing it, maybe the strength of going inside, the world, finding a different way of responding while still staying nurturing and in standing firm in your grounds on what's right and what's ethical, but not letting this person get you to be like this. You know, this is letting go of whatever stronghold this younger person and this conflict of this younger person has on your mind. Let's throw a vintage Mythic Tarot on it. Got the 5 of Cups. Universe said, read from the book. Sometimes there's messages inside of the book that the author's words might resonate a little better than a message that I might put out with the same card. So I like to read intuitively. I like to read from the book. Where are we at? It says, don't give up your ideas. It may be hard to carry them through, but ignore any opposition. Because it came out in reverse. Although I don't read reversals, I believe that there's a message in both the positive and the negative of a card. Some of you might be experiencing a difficulty in making a decision between being the Queen of Pentacles and being the Queen of Cups. Of being all truth and no feeling, and all feeling or no truth. And we can't be all feeling and no truth, and we can't be all truth and no feeling. That's part of our of gaining emotional intelligence and integrity over our decisions. And how can we teach our children or the people around us to be more aware of the decisions that they make? It says, keep following your goal and don't waste time. Success is yours down the line. Some of you could be dealing with the Sagittarius, Pisces. But this takes a lot of wisdom and inner strength. What else can we tell Cancer here, universe? Yeah, to let go of any doubt you have. Like, you know what's right. You know what's right in this situation. But don't fall suit into letting whoever's tugging at your chain, this kid here that's tugging at your emotional chains, don't let that bind you. Don't let that burden bind, don't let the burden bind to you. What else do we got for the cardinal sign of Cancer, universe? Five of Swords. A lot of swords. There's a lot of up in your head here. Five of Swords. Nine of Swords. What else do we got? Queen of Swords. No, it's Queen of... Eight of Swords. Use your inner tools that you have. You have the knowledge. You have the guidance. Be the teacher. You are the adult here in this situation. I really feel like some of you are dealing with a child that is a child that's like just in puberty. Sometimes that all the person needs to do is scream and let it all out. They don't even know why they're mad. They're just mad, you know? Because if there's no change in an attitude, then you might lose out on a deeper bond. This is definitely a hard internal battle that you're going through with this younger person here. But you have the strength and the know-how. You have all the tools that you need. Look at Apollo bringing down these swords from the heavens, handing you all the information you need to move appropriately in the right steps. It might be uncomfortable to put your foot down, to set boundaries, especially towards someone that you love so much, if it's a child or somebody in your care. It's really hard to not be their friend, you know? The first song I ever wrote was to my son, and he had forged his name on this notebook that he was supposed to have signed by his teachers every time, you know? And he came in and I saw that my signature had been written in cursive where my signature was supposed to be, you know, and I asked him about it, and he said that he was just practicing his cursive, you know? And boy, I learned that I could scream those bellowing, brutal, devilish screams that day, man. I went into my room and wrote a song. And it went like, how could you look right at my face and fucking lie? You didn't even bat a fucking eye. Now you just stand there and cry? It's thick and thin until we die. It's us together, you and I. You know I've always got your back. What the fuck? Fuck that. What am I supposed to do? I want to beat you fucking black and blue. I want to smack your little face and put your ass back in its face. You put your ass back in its place. You know that's my biggest pet peeve. I consider liars to be thieves. Thieves that steal the truth. And I expect better from you. You're the only son that I've got. All I have is this one shot. So if you're going to fuck up, then don't get caught, or you'll get what you'll get, and I'll give what I got, because I ain't got to be your friend. I'm your mom beyond the end. It's thick and thin until we die. It's us together, you and I. You know I've always got your back. What the fuck? Fuck that. Liars are thieves. Thieves that steal the truth. And I really feel like one of you moms or dads out there is going through it with your children, man. But remember, I ain't got to be your friend. I'm your mom beyond the end. It's thick and thin until we die. It's us together, you and I. You know I've always got your back. What the fuck? Fuck that. Let's get one more. And the sun. Split the deck to the sun, man. The sun. Some of you guys, this is your son that you're dealing with. The Wheel of Fortune. Remember, this is just a phase. This too shall pass. Don't turn it into something that lasts. All right, Cancer. I think those are your messages for today for the cardinal sign of Cancer. Much love, you guys, always and always. Vroom, beep, beep.